what that refers to is ultimately marketers and brands needing to become more useful in the lives of their customers. In other words, those companies being more aware of actually what the needs are and the challenges are that their customers are experiencing, and then providing a tool or a solution to address those needs. So marketing has become less about talking and more about doing. So ultimately, it's about how those companies put inventive thinking at the center of their marketing and business strategies, as opposed to marketing thinking in the center of those strategies. And there's a couple of reasons why this shift is happening. Number one is the gap between marketing and technology is closing, which means that companies can actually provide useful tools to their customers whilst still building the brand, whilst still communicating a specific message. Secondly, marketing has just become background noise for the majority of people. We all know that. The amount of billboards you drive by and don't even pick up on, the amount of radio spots that you hear and don't recall, it really has to be remarkable for it to stand out in your mind. And the reality is the majority of communication isn't that remarkable. But what utilitarianism refers to is if there is a tool provided by an organization and customers really find that tool useful, they will reward the use of that tool, and they will reward that company with their time, ideas, and obviously money, but most importantly, loyalty. And a big driver of that is through your mobile devices. The way that we use mobile devices, if you walk into a lift and you see a lot of people just head down in their mobile devices, it's not because they're just chatting with their friends. No, they're actually doing something functional, whether it's banking online, whether it's checking their bank balance, whether it's making notes for the next meeting, whether it is researching an article for a important project. They're very functional in how people are very functional in how they use their mobile devices, which means that companies need to get on board with that by focusing rather on what tools can we provide our customers that they will find useful, and use that as an agent to attract loyalty. Two examples, in fact. I think F&B is a great example of this, where they have focused on innovation, but innovation through the tools that they provide their customers. Now, people are focusing on F&B and saying, look how brilliant their banking app is. But you have to look beyond that. You have to look at what their ultimate cause is, their ultimate purpose is. Their purpose is innovation. So regardless of the device that's going to be there, regardless of whether you even walk into an F&B bank, they are going to provide you with an innovative experience. So people have started rewarding that experience, and we can certainly see that in the growth of F&B's customer base. But let's take an example. This is a brand that have certainly really embraced digital utilitarianism, and it's Nike. In 2010, they've dropped their slogan of, we all know it, but of just do it, in all their marketing communications. Instead, they set up a division called Nike Digital Sport. Right? The sole aim of that division is to create tools for their community that community would love to use, and use those tools to, one, profile their customers, two, retain loyalty, and three, ultimately drive more purchases of Nike products. So if you look at the marketing spend of Nike, where they increased their marketing budget to $40 billion for the year. They have gone and cut TV and radio advertising by 30% and pushed a lot of that just to innovate, just to invent. You've seen this in the some of the Nike Runner applications. They've got this little fuel band tool that you have, or not tool, but device that you have, and they have done exceptionally well and just standing out in a very crowded marketplace by focusing on providing a very useful application to their customers. When I say application, I'm not referring only to a mobile application. Everybody's jumping on that bandwagon, and certainly it's very important. But it is actually just having inventive thinking at the core of your business.